This video deals with how to create your quiz reflection. The first step is for you to log on to Skyward. So when you log on to Skyward, I want you to open your grade book. You're going to look for math and you are going to click on the letter grade that you see to the right of the subject math. When you click on that letter grade, you're going to see a circle graph report. So you have a circle graph at the top, but I really want you to scroll all the way to the bottom. It's at the bottom where your assessments or your tests are going to live. Now, when I put items into Skyward, the most recent goes at the top of the category. So your latest quiz should be at the top, and I want you to start there. When you are looking at it, like this one, there's a couple things I want you to point out or to notice. Here is the target. This percent is not going to be right yet. Skyward cannot convert mastery levels correctly, so I want you to ignore that, and instead I want you to look at your score out of 5. A 5 out of 5 means you know this learning target every which way I could ask it of you. You understand completely. A 4 means you had a little minor error. A 3 means you made a bigger error, but I still feel like you understand what you're doing. A 2, you're making some big mistakes, but you're starting to come around. It's starting to click for you. A 1, you don't know what we're talking about, but alternatively, you have asked for help in class. You've emailed me for help. You've joined our Google Meets. You've come to Lights On for Learning. You are trying. A 0, on the other hand, means you don't know what you're doing and you have not asked for help. All right, so you are paying attention to the number out of 5 on this screen. So it's time to work in your notebook now. I want you to find the learning target code on that handout that I gave you. So here's the beginning of that handout. And notice that this code matched the code on my last screen. And we are going to color in the boxes that correspond to your score out of 5. Now let's just say, for instance, that maybe you got 2 out of 5. You would color in up to the number 2. Now that is just your baseline, remember. Try number 1 is your starting point. You're going to get 2 more tries to improve that. If the second time you take it, you come back to this learning target handout and you saw you had a 2 last time, but now you have a 4, all you're going to do is you're going to add to your coloring. And if you take it a third time, you might end up with 5 out of 5. And you just keep increasing the coloring to match what Skyward says. Now, the very last time you take it, I will have converted your mastery levels into these percents. And then it will be turned on no matter what your score is. Go ahead and repeat this process for the other learning targets that were tested this week. Usually there are 3 targets per week, so you might have 3 areas that you need to color or update. You will notice something else on your Skyward, and that is you might have some no counts. If you have a 5, right here, a 5, I am going to turn that score on immediately. But if you do not have a 5 yet, remember you get 3 tries to get it to be a 5. So I will keep it turned off so it does not affect your score until it either is a 5 or you have tried it 3 times, and then it gets turned on no matter what. The last step in this process is to go to your email. I sent you an email probably called Look Fors, and I want you to read it. Then you are going to go to your learning target pages in your notebook and you have 2 questions to answer. And I am not interested in answers like this. What topic did you do well on? Nothing. What topics do you need to focus on? Everything. Those are vague. You did not put any thought into those, and those are no good. I want you to be specific. What topics do you feel like you understand really well? What topics do you need to ask questions about, email me about, focus your study time on? Be precise.